Everyone, so in this video I'm going to be showing you one of the easiest ways to grow live sphagnum moss inside. So obviously there's pros and cons to growing it inside versus outside, but some of the main things for growing it inside is that you can control the light it gets, the water it gets, the nutrients it gets, and you don't have to worry about animals like mosquitoes or anything going into the trays because the eggs will hatch in here since there's lots of water. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need lots of light. This is the light I'm using. It's hard to see on camera. I actually have this light a few inches closer, about right here, but for the sake of the video I put it up there so it's easier to film. So you're going to want as bright light as possible. You can't really get it too bright because this stuff really likes bright light. You could see some of it over here is actually turning a bit red because it's getting lots of light. I'll zoom in on that, the tips of it. Okay, so for the actual trays themselves, I have two trays here. This is about 24 inches long and 5 inches tall. I have the bottom one, the bottom like 1 inch of it is just dead sphagnum moss. If you're gonna grow it, you want dead sphagnum moss or nothing. That's what works the best. Don't use like perlite or peat moss inside it. My experiences with that is it just makes a mess. So about 1 inch there of dead sphagnum or nothing, and then depending on what you use, you just put live sphagnum moss on top. So obviously if you didn't have a dead sphagnum moss layer right here, you would just put the live stuff on the bottom, and you could see I actually get it to grow pretty nice. Grows pretty nice for me inside. So besides light, you're gonna want lots of water. I have about ½ inch on the bottom here, and you want to use very clean water. You want to use RO water or distilled water or bottled water. Don't use any tap water because that will kind of harm the moss. Now fertilizer, everyone says you shouldn't use fertilizer, but you actually should, just not at full strength, because everyone says that fertilizer will kill the moss, and if you use it at the full dosage it will. But for example, if it says 4 drops per gallon of fertilizer, only use 1 drop per gallon. If it says 8 drops per gallon, only use 2 drops. It'll help the growing process and help it to grow faster and thicker, like this moss right here. It's all thick. Okay, so now how to propagate it. You can see I got this little tray of water right here. Just a tiny bit of water, and I actually just put some of the live stuff in it because this will grow and sprout and grow and multiply. And then I have a container over here. It's got dead sphagnum. Some of it's live, but it's filled with water. So what you're going to want to do, live moss here, just take some of the heads out. You can see good amount of live stuff. Just put it in the container and try to get the top of it facing up if you can. For the video I'll just throw it like that. If you were actually doing it, you'd want to kind of organize it. Just for time's sake I'm doing this, just throwing it here, but you'd want to orient it so all of the heads are facing up and not just scattered about sideways, because it will help them to grow better. Like that. See how I just kind of like pressed it so the heads are going up. So yeah, that will eventually grow, and where you took the moss out, you could kind of push it down. Main tray is fine, it'll recover pretty quickly. Didn't really do anything. There's already a ton of moss there. So obviously the live stuff, you're gonna want to get that to start growing. I do actually sell some of it. I will have it linked below. The light I'm using, it's a good light. I don't know if you could see it. It does get really hot though, so that's just warning. I will have that link below in the description. And for the dead sphagnum moss, I will have some link too if you want to get it. You can use dead sphagnum. It does have a little bit of nutrients, or you could use nothing. If you do have dead sphagnum, there are a couple of different options. But as I said, I will actually put a couple of different options linked in the description if you want to get any of it. And I will link some fertilizer, because fertilizer is definitely a must. If you don't have any fertilizer, your moss will go. Let me try to find. I don't really have any sections here, but it will grow very stringy and not that strong. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a comment, drop a like. Thank you.